Hello and welcome back to episode 25 of this modded-ish, oxygen not included series. I'm just trying to remember where I left off. This is looking good down here, though that water is doing something very strange. Strange in that, why is it not flowing? I'm not sure if we have to mop any of that up to make it work. It looks like... No, not sulfur, the brine. Oh, 247 grams, so it's actually more of a visual glitch looking at it than it is actually a problem. So, I'm not sure if I had the volume turned up, so apologies for that. Get that back to where it needs to be. There we go. Right, so first things first. Blueprint. Do we want any of these? Don't think so. What I do believe we've got happening is, although we can't see it here, we have been having the oil coming in from the other, I think, what's, let me check. So, whoops, this one. So yeah, here goes the oil. The oil is making its way up. It is indeed going into the teleporter. So then back over here, and this is the teleporter. And there comes the oil. Over many, many bridges. The oil then drops into here. This then gets sucked up immediately, pushed into the polymer press, just like that, and the polymer press turns it into plastic. So let's have a look now what our plastic is like, and also, very important, get it on this list to have a look at. So then if we go into the actual power plants and the power items, that is not the power items, steam turbine, and then we actually need, right, so we need 200 plastic and normal metal, which we've only got. We've got iron, which is plus 50 degrees, so that might be okay. We may have to try and make some steel, depending on how this process works, because likely the steam that we're going to be dealing with here is going to be significantly hotter than, what would that be, about 200 in total. But for now, we need a lot more oil. So you can see it's coming in, and that should be a steady stream. Obviously, at some point, we will run out. And that is relevant because that is required for keeping us going. So if we go back here, this is not powered, but did we actually set it to send anything? We did. The seeds, any refined metals, I want you to get sent over. All of this stuff can stay. I mean, we'll take any eggshells. So the idea behind this is that any of these specific items, like plastic, steel or glass, that exist on this map, I want them to send them over. We don't want them to be, or at least there's no need to be, leaving them here. I'm not going to send everything because that will be unmanageable. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we've got the items that are relatively important. I think that will do. So we'll put that on a 9. And if there is any of that stuff lying about, they should, when they get chance, get to that. These batteries are holding up now. This farm is working, it seems. So I'm going to take that as a win. The only problem we've got is this. So already this oil is running out. Now, when I ended the last episode, you can see here, I did manage just to uncover this, and it unfortunately ended up being a sulfur geyser, so no use for us whatsoever. But needs must and all that, so we continue. There is another geyser there. I'm not going to break into it just yet. What is it? That is what we need. That is the oil reservoir. So what we need to do is this. And then Obviously, we're going to have a slight issue with the fact that the pump that we've got set up for the oil is now in the wrong place, or will be anyway. And we can dig out all of this. Actually, we'll go down one from there too. Like so. And there is another oil reservoir there as well, so we're going to bring that in. So let's take this over here. And this over here. That is not where that line was. I don't know what my eyes were doing then. Just as a note, hopefully you've noticed the quality should have improved. I have upgraded my monitor to a 2K monitor, not 4K just yet. Unfortunately, I can't afford that quite right now. But it is significant from HD, so you should notice the resolution has increased, and hopefully the quality and the picture as well has increased. Please do let me know in the comments your thoughts on that though, or if you're aware of anywhere you can get a 4K monitor. Obviously I'm looking for the 144 megahertz minimum, not going for a 60 megahertz one. So we need to get all this dug out as well. Now again, I'm going to dig up to that, but not actually dig it out, because I don't know what temperature it's throwing out. So according to this, the oil reservoir rock formation with crude oil deposits beneath the surface. Oil can be extracted from the reservoir with sufficient pressure. I don't believe these erupt like the geysers. I'm pretty sure you have to actually put a pump on them. But I don't know, it's been a while. So instead, not to worry. Oh. Right, so what sort of temperatures are we over here? It's pretty hot. Okay, well, just don't stay there too long, right? It is staying there too long. Please. Okay. Priority 1. Can you go? So he's trapped. So we need this to be dug here. Whoops, this to be dug here and here. Right, and now you can move here. And you can move to... That's too far. There. Let's get them out, and what I'll do is I'll actually cancel all of that for now and let them recover, both of them, hopefully. He's not looking great. Yucky low and soppy wet, hungry, severe wounds, eye irritation. Right, Travoldo. This is the right machine, right? The transmitter, yeah. So let's send him home. Ineligible. Is it this one then? No, that's the receiver. And this is the sender. Assigned. And teleport. And this will bring him back to where hopefully he can get the rest and relaxation he needs. As well as, I don't know if we... Yeah, we do. We have a hospital. So there he goes. He'll get recovered. Fantastic. And the doctor is on it. What are these doing in here? What I'm actually going to do is call this room. Like so. And get some meat in the base. And just reduce the numbers ever so slightly. Excellent. I'm not sure why that person was using the Atmos suit when it's disabled, but anyway. Deliver suit there, deliver suit there. Make sure the suits come back and they have the oxygen that is required. And then this is good to go now, right? So deconstruct all of this, all of this, because that mess has been cleaned up. And that means that we could have a... Actually, we'll have that, an air, then the downpipe, then another air, and then the wall. Just try and... something like that. I think, maybe. I think I'm confused a little bit already, but we'll fix it. Actually, I'm not going to put this floor in at all. What I want to do is put some air tiles in here. So I want air tiles like that. So yeah, all of this needs cancelling, as does that and that. Just to make sure that there's plenty of air circulation, because we need the oxygen to get around the base, but we also need the carbon dioxide to get out of the base. So I'll do something like that. And then when they get a chance, I will just chuck a pipe in there to give them a bit more access there. What we're looking like now. So down here is a bit of a pit of chlorine. That's a bit messy. So what I can do is get a bit of a ventilation system set up. Gas pump, maybe one there and one there. What we're saying, a couple of filters, sure. And then a gas pipe that goes from there into there, and obviously from there into there. To reach that, they're going to need a ladder. We're going to need power to make sure that these go. That line has got plenty of space, so let's put it on there. They're having a bad time working in this, but it will soon be cleared up. And then basically what we need to do is ventilation again, and out of the orange, like so. They're the inputs, so sure. And then we'll deconstruct that because it's not needed. And then just nice and simply with a normal pipe, we can just then vent out anything else there. And it's basically just recycling all of the gas that's stuck in this bottom. If it's chlorine, it's going to go away. If it's anything else, it'll put it back. We've got a trap duplicate. So deconstruct. Whoops. Deconstruct there. Go. Fixed. And then put the wall back in. They're very simple. These duplicates are very, very simple. Right, so you need to be set for unbreathable and chlorine, and you also need to be set for unbreathable and chlorine. Very shortly these should be up and running. I'm actually going to make them even shorter by making them critical. And I'm also going to turn this back on. There we go. So what we should see now, looking in here, is you can see the chlorine is going up into the storage, and everything else is just being pushed straight back out again. That's including the carbon dioxide, because we can use that for something useful, and it is not toxic. It just means they have to hold the breath. It doesn't damage their eyes like the chlorine does. So we'll fill this full of chlorine for now and see where it goes. All of these areas obviously are going to get worked on to delete the items very soon, because that's what's happening now. So we know now we need a ladder in there. I'm not sure actually what sort of level are we talking here, so let's delete that as well. And then what I want is for this to be taken out, say something like that, and something like that, just to start with. It would be nice as well, because I think there is a lot of radiation on the surface, right? But I say loads, there's not. 120, 125, so there's some. There's some, and nobody's going to deny that there isn't. So there we go, we're breaking bread now on the surface. Yeah, what sort of flooring do we want to do? I think just normal tiles, but we'll use something different, like mafic rock for the surface, I think. So if we do something like that, and then like that, just to cover the actual area that we're working on. This is now into the vacuum of space, so as you can see, all of these resources, all of this gas, etc. is going to come up here, out, and then get deleted, or at least just go into the abyss of the vacuum. Surface breach, we've now got that logged, that's good. And then one of the things I'm going to put in actually is a gas pipe, and I'm going to make it insulated, because going through the cold air, I don't want it to damage it by turning it into a fluid. So if we bring two into the base, one there and one there, obviously through this door they can't get, so once this has all been built, we can then have used this out of the base. Now I am going to take these up, and at this point I want to also get rid of everything you can see here. So let's do that by chucking in a quick scaffolding and getting rid. Because if we dump the oxygen or anything that we're going to dump where this got this background here, it doesn't delete as well. So I want to make it where you can see through. So you can see there's gas there, and then immediately it's space exposure, and that's where it obviously gets rid. And this way we can get rid of all of that gas that we don't want. It's going to take a little bit. This mafic base, that's what's good. It looks like the moon, so that makes sense to me. Also, I'm going to chuck in a ladder here, just to make sure that we can level that out. And this, I think. So if we do, whoops, I'll cancel that. And then if I fill in all of this, that'll give us access across there. I don't think there's anything up there, but it's nice to have. And then if we actually make that ladder go there and then take out that, that'll also give us access that way. Slightly. But nevertheless, we've got a structure here. We've got a worn Atmo suit. So that means it needs fixing, which I can work on. So what's happened there? Polluted oxygen, and then the vacuum of space. And if we actually go on the gases, they're not putting in them pipes yet, but of course the only people that can work on them are the people with Atmo suits, and the only people with Atmo suits are the ones that I've made. Now this I can extend to be much larger. And I'll deconstruct this one. And then where is the wallpaper? That's what I want. I can't remember. We've got the colours set up somewhere. There they are. So what about one of these light blues? Can't use glass. We ain't got much of that. Fertilizer. I'm sure we've got plenty of that. So let's use that. So we'll just fill in this here like so. Just as a bit of an unrealistic but realistic airlock. It's fine. It works. And then in terms of ventilation, of course, all of these pipes need putting in to allow for more Atmo suits, and power is pretty crucial as well. We'll deconstruct that. Okay. So again, this is, I honestly don't actually, has the temperature dropped in there yet? Yeah, because it's a vacuum. That makes sense. Okay. So if we deconstruct this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze this as a highly urgent errand and get all of the information we can on this geyser. Move that there. And then obviously move and put that back there. Actually, no, not yet. Can we get this first, please? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just block it in. Cancel move and then go again. At the minute, obviously, you can see the pumping system's working. That's just because it's pumping the base, because as soon as we broke the seal, the oxygen flooded into that vacuum chamber. But now, once this is sealed back up, which I'm hoping somebody gets to sharpish, we know now that this erupts at 150 degrees every 248 seconds. Eruption period, 248 seconds every 428 seconds. Active period is 117 cycles every 177 cycles. Next activity is 21.5 cycles. So we've got 21 days before this erupts again. So we were safe to leave it open, but I'll forget and then everybody will get murdered. So it's probably best we don't do that. Right, so this is now a very, very big basin of liquid coldness. That is a scientific term. You can look it up in the dictionary. So I am going to put, or at least I am firstly going to look at where in the base it's a bit warm. Now, it isn't looking that bad, actually. I mean, 31 degrees is a bit gross. The kitchen's a bit gross. So if we go plumbing, and then we use the insulated pipe and make a loop around all of the areas that we potentially want to use. And while we're at it, actually, we are going to deconstruct all of this pipe that is no longer needed, which of course means all of this too. We don't go any higher than that, so I don't see the point of going higher than that. It wouldn't hurt to come across here. I'm not sure I'm going to get over there yet, but... And then as you can see, the idea here is that you kind of go into every room. And as you can see, I'm snaking it best I can. But I'm going to have to, by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the mod to do the... you can get where they jump 1 or 2 blocks instead of just 1, which is not going to work for us. So we'll go there. I'll put it in to the best of my ability. Not sure if that needs... Yeah, why not? Into the shower room. And then, not that low, sorry, that high. Go there, we can go through here. And then hopefully jump over here. Whoops. And then, oh, I'll tell you what. It's doing all sorts of things I didn't ask it to at the minute. Or I probably did, but... And at least if we get it built in. And the idea behind all of this... And then I'm just going to go 1 more in there. There is sort of some stuff there as well, so let's take this one back like so. Yeah, and then this one jumps over there. Actually, it's best to bring it along this level. And then Something like that will work. We only need one of these, so I'll use the closest one. And then this can just go straight back up there. So the idea is this is going to pump this water, which is going to be, or brine, it's -3. It's not freezing, but it's cold enough. It will then travel through the pipe, which is all insulated. As you can see through here. And all I will do is every so often I will put in some radiant pipes. So maybe one radiant pipe there, one radiant pipe there, one there, etc, etc. And that will cool that area down. Of course, it will also heat up irrigation. Okay, that's very interesting. We've run out of dirty water. So if I go here, I'll be honest, I'm not that bothered at the minute because I feel like this is growing, yeah, thistle reed. So if we reed fibre, 1,000. So actually, if we disable building and do that all across, can we do that? No, obviously not. So don't disable building then. Can you copy the uproot command? Well, you didn't apply it because... Right, let's just manually quickly get rid of this. We don't need to be using that liquid, so let's not. This is a bit annoying to do, but... And we're going to look at putting something else in here if we need it. Preferably using something other than polluted water, because that is something that we're running out of now. And then the bit that we do have, I am actually going to... where's the... Yeah, I am actually going to enable all of these buildings and clean that water. Like so. And this can still be and will always be our storage for that. But, and obviously the toilet water's going in there, as you can see, but it's important that we keep it like that. Nuclear waste. That needs to go somewhere else. Not emitting too cold. Right. But still, I don't want it in my base. So if we put that on the surface just for now and say that that's pretty important, and we'll get them to build that. As you can see, there's not much going on here. This should be operable, but... So this is 8 in total. And where is our crafting? I think they fight back, but I'm not too worried. Yeah, it got wrecked. Where is it? What is that? Nuclear waste. We're getting liquid nuclear waste in the base. That's delicious. Okay. That's because that is full. Right, we've had this before, so it's wasting. So what we need to actually do then is an automation. And I can't remember for the life of me what item it is. Actually, is it not just an automation cable? Automation wire, yeah. So enables building. What's this one up here? So it sends a green signal. Sends a green signal when the storage is full. Otherwise, it sends a red signal. So we need this quite quickly using iron to power all of these. Right? So when this is full, as it is, all of this should turn off. Because you just saw it spit more waste down. Here they come. Right. So we need a what do you call it? An inverter or a something to convert. I know there's a trick here. I just don't know what it is. There it is. It's a NOT gate. So I think we need to build that there. Maybe. I don't know. This is a little bit made up. Let's see what happens out and keep this nuclear waste away from people's feet. Otherwise they'll have 7 toes. And we don't want duplicates with 7 toes. Right, so did that work? Or did I build it the wrong way around? Because that NOT gate is now outputs a red signal when you input a green signal. Well, that's right. Clearly I screwed that up. So let's turn it round. Actually, the problem is that we've still got the automation wire there. So let's do that. And then that. And then we go and a NOT. I mean, it's working at the minute, but we need it to work based on this. That's better. So this is now turned off, this is turned off, and this is turned off. So this is creating... I mean, we could turn that off right as well. I mean, turning a plant off sounds a bit odd, but it may let us do it. No, it won't. Okay, it don't matter. Right, so now what we can do for one last time is hoover up all of this nuclear waste. And then say that the nuclear waste needs to be stored here. And I don't know if it... what would it be under? It's not a seed. That's solid. I think it's because it's a liquid, we can't actually do it. So we can use that, but what I actually want then is this to be deconstructed. I want this to go like this. Cancel all of this. We then want a bottle emptier there. And a mesh tile there. Actually, we don't want that yet. That's too soon. Because we've got to clear this rubbish out first. So we go prioritize and make every part of this apart from that. Of course, it's difficult for them to get here because of the restriction we've got in the spacesuits. And I never did find the crafting table, did I? There it is. Right. So Atmosuit iron, I think we're using, and let's just say... Let's just... Actually, is there not an option here? There. So always repair and make, we'll say 5 more. What I mean is, they'll make 5 more, which means I should have 9, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so there's always enough plus 1 spare. And any time that anything gets broken, they'll always repair it. That is what we want. Okay, very close now. And then if we just go liquid, nuclear waste. Like so, and 9 on there. But that's going to have to do. This episode gone on much longer than I would like it to, so obviously we'll carry on from the next episode here. You can see where we're going to leave off, exactly where we're at. I'll just leave this a little bit longer for this to clear up, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome. Thank you very much. Take care.